Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lesson 6.6. Lesson 6.6 in your Big Ideas book, page 248, where we're continuing with percents. I hope you've read those pages. We're going to use percent equation to find discounts and markups of items. Percent equation. Hey, we talked about percent equation in lesson 6.4, okay, which was the part is equal to percent times the whole. And then discounts and markups. Well, in lesson 6.5, the one we just did, discounts are decreases. And markups are increases. Okay? So you put those two together in lesson 6.5 where we had to find the new amount. Here's some amount. We had a decrease or we had an increase by some percent. So we're going to put all this stuff together from 6.4 and 6.5. And we're just going to call it a different name, like a discount, like a markup. How can you find discounts and selling prices? So we're going to use words like selling prices and sale prices. So we're just using different vocabulary to use math we already know how to do. So your notes on discounts and markups from the top of page 248. The bottom line is you need to know that discount is a decrease. And that a markup, well, it does have the word up in it, is an increase in the amount. Okay? In the amount. Perfect. And that if we have a decrease, it's a sale price. And typically an increase is a selling price. So hopefully that's what you understand. Moving on. Find a sale price. Read with me, please. It helps. The original price of a t-shirt is $15. The sale price includes a 35% discount. What is the sale price? So going back to lesson 6.5, where we did the increase amount, find the new amount, and here's an increase. Find a new amount, and here's a decrease. I showed you two methods. If you remember correctly, method 2 was my favorite. I'm still going to show those two methods to do the same thing, but now we're using different vocabulary. So here we go. That first method was find the discount amount and then subtract. So we take our price of the shirt, $15. We multiply it by our discount amount, which was 35%, as a decimal, 0.35. And we use our calculator to get 525. Then we take that $15 and we subtract the 525 and we get 975. And we see that the sale price is $9.75. The second method was to find the percent. In this particular case, because we're talking discounts and markups and selling prices and sale prices, it's now the sale percent. And then we're going to multiply. So we know that the $15, that represents 100% of the price. In other words, if you go into the store and you see on the rack a shirt and it says $15 and there's no discount or anything, you're paying 100% of that $15. All 15. And then we have our discount. Well, that's 35%. And a discount means it's going lower. It's a decrease. So when we subtract those, we get 65%. So now I found my sale percent, 65%. That's how much I'm going to pay. And then I take my $15, I multiply it by my 65%, which is 0.65 as a decimal, and I get 9.75, which in other words, I'm paying $9.75. Nice. Let's move on. One more time. I'm only going to do my method, method 2. If you like the other method, I'll talk about it, but I like my method. So, original price is $130. Discount is 45%. Sale price. So what do? I take my 100%, which is represented by the $130. I subtract the discount amount, 45%, and that means I'm paying 55%. That's the percent I'm paying. Sale percent. The sale price percent is 55%. So now I take my original price, $130, multiply it by my 55%, which is 0.55 as a decimal, and I get 71.5. Uh-oh, that doesn't look like money. Hello, duh. You write it like it's money, $71.50. That's what I'm actually paying. Now, if you were the person who likes method 1, you would have said 130 times 0.45. You would have gotten an answer, y. You would have taken the 130 and you would have subtracted y to get the sale price of what we found, $71.50. So that's what you would have done. Moving on. Changing up the question a little bit here. Making it a little bit more rigorous. In other words, we're going to find now the discount. We're going to find the discount. And I am going to also use both methods. So if you remember, method 1, find the amount of discount and then subtract. So I would take my original, the 500 bucks, I would subtract my 175, and I would get 325 is my amount of discount. So to find that discount percent, I would take my percent equation that the part A, which is 325, is equal to the percent, we don't know what that is, times the whole part is 500, times my percent, right? And so I would then, all I have to do is divide by 500. And that would equal 0.65, which is a 65% discount. Mr. Roth's method is a little bit different, because the first thing I would do is say, hey, the sale price, 175, is the 500 times the amount, the percent that I'm going to pay. Percent paying. Okay, it's the sale price percent, right? And so if I divide by 500 now, notice I'm going backwards of what I just did. This time I'm going to get 0.35, which means I actually paid 35%. 35% is what I actually paid to get the 175. So now I go to 100% and I subtract the 35% and I get 65% discount. If I were doing this assignment, this is how I would do it on my paper. This method here, number 2. Going on to our last example of this video, find the original price. So now we're working up to the original price. Round to the nearest penny. Both methods, because it can be confusing. So please, you might want to just watch and listen first, and then pause and write. Write the one that makes sense to you, so you're not writing everything. All right? So here we go. The first one is to find the amount of discount. In other words, you would take the original price, multiply it by the discount percent. Well, we can't do that. We don't have an original price, so I have to represent that with a variable. So I'm going to say that the original price, X, times the discount percent, which is 0.05, is going to give me my discount amount. Well, again, because I can't multiply, I got to represent that with a different variable. So Y equals the discount amount. Well, then what would I do? I would take my original price and I would subtract that discount amount to get the sale price of $68.40. So who can raise their hand right now at home and tell me, what does that look like to you that we learned last semester? A system of equations. Nice. Where I take this value here and I plug it in for Y. And I say X minus 0.05. X is equal to $68.40. Well, 1 minus 0.5, that's 0.95. X equals $68.40. And when I divide by 0.95, I end up with 72. So that means the original price is $72. Is the original price, $72. Hey, that's one way of doing it. Again, not too fond of that way. It certainly works. Mr. Ross's way would say, hey, I am taking the original price. Well, first of all, 100% is the original price, minus the 5% discount, means I'm paying 95%. So I take my $68.40, that has to equal the original price, I don't know what that is, times my sale percent. Well, notice this equation looks very similar. Whoa, Whoa, looks very similar to what we had right here. And I got there a whole lot faster. So that's another reason why I like Mr. Ross's way. Not the only way. There are multiple ways. $72. All right? So that ends this first video. Might be a tiny bit tad long, but it is what it is. Quick right one. A pair of jeans, which costs $45.95, is on sale with a 20% discount. Find the sale price. Use the method you want. Of course, I'm going to ask in class. We're going to see both methods. So if you like to find the discount amount and subtract, do it that way. If you like to find the sale percent and then multiply, that's Mr. Ross's way. You choose. Ladies and gentlemen, take a quick break when you're done, and then come back for video.